Hey, what's up guys? My name is Bryce. If you're like me, you're big into track days, you're big into racing, you're big into going fast and pushing your car to its limits. It's tons of fun, everybody does it. And you know what I haven't seen out there is a good starter pack, as I would call it, for what do I need to do for my first track day. People think it's a very daunting task. It's really not. There's just some main things that you should know, and I'm gonna go over those and make it very simple for you. Number one, safety. Safety, safety, safety. I can't stress that enough. Get a good helmet. Get a good pair of gloves. Get a good suit, even just a fire retardant jacket, fire retardant pants. You don't have to get a full suit like I have, I run an open top Miata, so it's a little bit different. I like to take more safety precautions. But safety first, by all means. I think everyone should at least have a hybrid 4-point or a standard 4-point. Your stock seatbelt may be okay, but I always recommend a minimum 4-point. And also a full face helmet. If you're like my dad, who runs the old Dale Earnhardt helmet. It's a great helmet, don't get me wrong, but stuff can hit your face. Not very good. Now, this is my helmet. This is a RaceQuip helmet. It is not that expensive. I just put a fancy shield on it and some stickers, and it looks awesome. Not that expensive. It'll save your life. Always invest in things that protect your body from the ground. Shoes, helmet, kind of hurts when your head hits the ground, or a wall, or anything hard like that. Same thing I want to talk about. Brakes. A lot of people overlook that. I see a lot of newbies that overlook their brakes. And they think, oh, well, my stock brakes are fine. It's totally fine, So it's not fine. Number one, brakes make you fast. People think, what? Brakes make you fast? There's no way. Yes, brakes make you fast. And if you're like me, I drive with Mario Andretti's famous quote, if you feel as everything is under control, you're not going fast enough. So I need good brakes. And I'm gonna show you an example here, okay? I have a 2016 Challenger SRT that I race. I've upgraded the suspension, brakes, powertrain, this whole thing, 4-point harness, all that fun stuff. So this is one track day at Carolina Motorsports Park on these stock Brembo pads, okay? Completely cooked them all the way down to the squeakers. Nothing left, okay? Upgraded some good pads, okay? These are Carbotech 10s. These have 3 track days on them, and they are still great. Granted, they have a little glazing on them, probably need to scuff them up, bed them in a little bit better, but they last. And these things will almost put you through the windshield. They're insane, awesome, get a set. I tell her everything. These are off-brand Porsche brakes off of a 2015 911. These have 5, believe it or not, 5 track days on them. Granted, they're a little old, they've been in my garage for a while. Look how much pad you still have left on that. Textar, aftermarket. So, upgrade your brakes. Now, once you upgrade your brakes, first track day, probably not gonna notice this, but you're gonna need to upgrade your fluid at some point. So, this is what is currently in the Challenger. Motel .51. It is great fluid, it is awesome, but now we're running into issues where we're even boiling this 5.1 fluid, so we're gonna have to go to Castrol SRF. The only reason we haven't is because it's $75 a quart, and let's just say my brake system holds a lot of fluid, and it's gonna be a pain to flush it all out. So I'm gonna run this 5.1. I've got probably a couple thousand milliliters left, so I'm probably just gonna use that until it's out, and then, switch from there. Also, rotors, okay? Let's talk about it. When you're racing, you do not want drilled rotors. Slots, yes, they're great. Do not get slotted and drilled rotors. People think drilled and slotted rotors are like the end-all be-all. Gotta have that, they're freaking awesome. No, they're not. What they do is the drills eat the pad. And then, once you get that pad residue in there, It keeps the heat between your brake pad and your rotor. You don't want that. You want your heat going this way, not this way. So stay away from drilled rotors. I've had many bad experiences with them. I've tried them like 4 or 5 times. Tried every brand out there. The best brakes that I found so far are Carbotech pads with racing brake rotors. That's on my Challenger. Every car is different. You might find a different setup. My Wilwoods and honestly stock brake rotors. Well, the stock Wilwood size. Not even drilled or slotted or anything, just pancakes. They work great on the Miata. So, you know, find what works for your car, and most of all, shut up and listen. Because if you're going to your first track day, chances are you're going to have an instructor. Do it with an instructor. Because if you get out there and you go by yourself and you learn bad habits, you learn bad lines, you early apex, you miss lines, you don't know how to wind out of corners, blah, 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 blah. It goes on and on. It's hard to break those bad habits. It is. Get an instructor. Get a good instructor. I've been racing for a long time, and I still, every now and then, ride with an instructor just to, like, going to the doctor, getting a checkup. How am I doing? Am I doing good? Think I'm doing good? You know, give me some pointers. What do you think I'm doing wrong? What can I improve at? I'm always looking to improve my driving. So don't be afraid to ride with an instructor, man. I run in the red group and the advanced group with an instructor. It's always good to have a second set of eyes look at you and go, you know what, man? You're missing that apex a little bit. And in my head, I think I'm doing it perfect. I think I'm a perfect driver. I'm not. But more than anything, shut up and listen. Because your instructor knows way more than you do. Trust me. You'll get there one day. One day you'll get there, and you might be an instructor one day, and you might be helping the newbies, and that's awesome. And I'm all for helping the newbies. Get out there, get on the track, have some fun. It's what it's about. And then you go up in club racing. Then you have tons of fun. Because then you don't need someone to go like this so you can pass. You can just dive into the corner and get them. So get a good instructor, upgrade your car, just be safe. Be safe. Safety is always number one. And other than that, have fun. If you guys have any questions, shoot them down below. I'll try and answer as best I can. I'm not a genius at this. I just wanted to give you guys a good kind of starter video on what to expect when you go to your first track day and what you should prepare for. Rock on, guys.